If the universe was a video game, you were playing the most dangerous game in existence. And the craziest part is, you don't even know it. The name of this game is the universe, and it has rules that can never be broken. There's a cheat code to travel to any galaxy almost instantly, but the developers made it impossible to use. Today, I'm going to show you why they are so afraid of us activating it. Even worse, there's a bug in the game so powerful that it doesn't crash your console. It deletes reality itself. We call it a black hole. But what if I told you it wasn't a bug, but a trap? And the most important decision happens before you even start choosing your character. That choice could mean living for trillions of years, or having an invisible timer counting down the seconds to your extinction. The answers to all of this will change how you see your own existence. So, let's get started. Okay, so the big reveal is out. The universe is a game, a frighteningly real one. And just like any good game, if you want to have even the slightest chance of winning or, to be honest, just surviving, you need to understand the source code, the basic rules. Let's start with the most tempting rule to break: movement. The developers, what we call the laws of physics, imposed a fixed speed limit. You can't move faster than light, period. It's not about having a better engine or a faster spaceship. It's a fundamental game rule written into the very code of space-time. We call this forbidden cheat code, see, the cosmic speed limit. But why? What are the developers so afraid of? Are they worried we'll crash the server, or could activating this code not just let us travel, but actually break time itself? We're going to dig into the code to find out that we have the game's most infamous bug. Or is it a feature, the black hole? This isn't just a game over screen. It's a line of code that says, delete everything. Your character, the level, the very fabric of the game. When something enters a black hole, its information is seemingly erased from the universe. But no good game designer would allow such a catastrophic bug, right? What if it's not a bug? What if it's an intentional trap? Or maybe a new game plus function so advanced we can't even comprehend it? And finally, the character creation screen. This is where it gets personal. Long before you existed, a choice was made. The matter that makes you up was forged inside a character from the start class. This class has godlike abilities, creating light, heat, and all the heavy elements. But they have a violent, explosive end. Then there's the gas giant class, massive, majestic, with dozens of moons as pets, but no solid ground to stand on. A beautiful, but empty existence. And then there's our Bill, the small, fragile, rocky planet class. We have a solid surface, a cozy atmosphere, but we're also incredibly vulnerable. We have a built-in timer. Asteroids are random death events, and our own star player can decide to wipe our save file at any time. So, we have a forbidden cheat code, a bug that deletes reality, and a character class living on a razor's edge. Now, let's dive deep into the player's guide and figure out how to master this insane game. Let's get right to it with the one rule we want to break the most: the speed of light cheat code. Why did the universe's developers, the laws of physics, prohibit us from traveling faster than light? The answer is smarter than you think. It's not an artificial block. It's a fundamental consequence of the game engine. Think of it this way. In our universe, energy and mass are two sides of the same coin, governed by the famous line of code, E equals mc2. When you try to accelerate an object with mass, you pump energy into it. At first, that energy converts into speed, but as you get closer to the speed of light, the game starts cheating back. The engine starts converting your energy not into more speed, but into mass. The object gets heavier and heavier. To reach the speed of light, you need an infinite amount of energy. Because your character would become infinitely heavy, the game simply won't allow it. But what if you could use a hack? What would happen? That's where the developer's fear makes sense. Breaking this rule wouldn't just let you travel, it would let you break time itself. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, the faster you travel, the slower time passes for you relative to a stationary observer. If you reach the speed of light, time would stop completely for you. If you exceeded it, you could, theoretically, arrive at a destination before you even left. You could see the effects before the causes. This would break the most sacred rule of the game, causality. It would be chaos, no story, no progression, no save would be safe. The whole game would collapse. The speed limit isn't a punishment, it's what keeps the game running. Now, let's talk about the bug that deletes reality, the black hole. When a massive star, a high-level star class player, reaches the end of its life, its fusion engine shuts down. Gravity, the most powerful stat in the game, wins. It crushes the star's core with so much force that it breaks the very rules of space and time. Collapsing into a point of infinite density, the singularity, the bug has been created. Around this bug, a boundary forms called the event horizon. Think of it like the wall of a room you can never leave. Once you cross the event horizon, the force of gravity is so immense that not even the speed of light is enough to escape. It's a definitive game over. But here's the real problem. The true flaw in the code, the rules of quantum physics, another fundamental part of our universe's code, state that information can never be destroyed, never, and yet, the black hole seems to do exactly that. It takes all of your character's information, your mass, your rotation, your history, and deletes it. This is known as the black hole information paradox, and it's one of the biggest contradictions in all of physics. So, how do we solve this? This is where the idea of a secret trap or feature comes in. One theory, the holographic principle, suggests that information isn't destroyed but saved on the surface of the event horizon like a 2D backup of a 3D file. Another more fantastic idea is that the black hole is a wormhole, a shortcut. The singularity wouldn't be an end, but a bridge to another part of the universe's map, or maybe even a completely different server in another universe. It would be the ultimate travel feature, but with a brutal entry fee, spaghettification, where your character would be stretched into a single thread of atoms, a deadly trap, or the next phase of the game. The developers didn't leave a manual. That brings us to your own existence, the choice of your character. Let's break down the builds. First, the star class, the creator class. The advantages are godlike. You're a giant nuclear fusion reactor, forging elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron in your depths. You create light, heat, and the very conditions for other characters to exist. Your life lasts billions, sometimes trillions, of years. The downsides, you're basically stuck in place, and your endgame is catastrophic. You either explode into a supernova, one of the most violent deaths in the universe, or you slowly fizzle out into a cold corpse, a white dwarf. Next, the gas giant, class the baron of the system. Advantages, you're massive, a true gravitational tank. You dominate your orbit and own an empire of moons as your pets. Your appearance is majestic, and your life is long and stable. The disadvantage, you have nowhere to stand. It's an existence, a pure looks. Without a solid surface, there's no way to build, explore, or develop the kind of complex gameplay that leads to life. You're a king of an empty castle. And finally, our class, the rocky planet. The survivor class, the huge advantage is versatility. We have a surface, a perfect chemistry lab with land and water. It's the only build that has the potential to unlock the life and consciousness skill tree. The potential for emerging gameplay is infinite. The disadvantage, we're ridiculously fragile. Our health bar is tiny. We're on a hardcore server with permadeath, asteroids, volcanic eruptions, radiation from our own star. These are all random death events that can wipe us out at any moment. We aren't the strongest characters, nor the biggest. We're the smartest and luckiest. We're proof that in this game, raw power isn't everything. And so, here we are, at the end of our player's guide for the most insane game ever programmed. We've unraveled why the speed of light cheat code is forbidden. It doesn't exist to limit us. It exists to protect us. It's the firewall that prevents the logic of the universe, the cause and effect, from being corrupted. It's the rule that ensures the game has a story to tell. We face the reality-deleting bug, the black hole, and we've discovered it may not be an error, but the game's greatest mystery. A trap, a catastrophic glitch, or could it be the real endgame? A prestige button that restarts the game at a level of existence we can't even begin to imagine. The answer is still rendering, and most importantly, we've looked at our own character sheet. Being a rocky planet can make us feel small and fragile in this hardcore server, but that very fragility is our greatest strength. It forces us to innovate, to explore, to understand the rules of the game in order to survive. We aren't the strongest characters, nor the biggest. We are the thinkers, the curious ones. We are the only known build that can look up at the sky and wonder, what is the objective of this game? And that is the final revelation, the craziest part. This isn't just a metaphor. The rules are real, the stakes are real, the timer counting. Down to the end of our game session, it's real. You aren't just a player, You are a piece of the cosmos itself that has evolved to the point of being able to comprehend it. You are the source code that became self-aware. You are the universe, discovering itself, and while we've explored some rules, the map is still mostly dark. What is the final victory condition in this game? Is it simply to survive? Or is it something much bigger? The exploration is far from over. New secrets, new expansions, and new areas of the map are discovered every day. If you want to be part of the guild that ventures into this unknown, that seeks to unravel the next secrets from the developers, then hit that subscribe button and join our team. The game continues. Thanks for watching.